Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing good. Surprisingly, I am not inside my car. I am here at my house in the kitchen. Sorry if it's a little messy. I haven't had the chance to clean. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick update, not like a full episode, but just kind of share a little bit about what's been going on. I'm on my spring break. Today is Thursday and I start school back up on Monday in a few days. It hasn't gone the way I wanted. My first week was pretty chaotic. I had intended to get a bunch of work done in my head, but I just had a really hard time focusing and getting motivated last week. And this week is the first time that I got a ADHD evaluation. So I kept calling like 2 times, maybe 3 times a week to the clinic to see if anybody canceled their ADHD evaluation so I could come in, and they had me fill out a questionnaire. Anyways, nobody had been canceling. I was scheduled to go get my ADHD evaluation at the end of July. But last week I called and they had an opening this week. So on April 1st, I went and got my ADHD evaluation in the morning. Yeah, I mean, I had already done a bunch of online ADHD evaluations and all of them said that I was high ADHD inattentive. For anybody that doesn't know what that means, inattentive just means you're either, there's 3, I guess, that you can be as an adult. You can be inattentive, which means all the turmoil is going on in your head and it's not external. Hyperactive is obviously external, like you're visibly a hyperactive person, and or you can be combination. I think I'm a little bit on the combination, but mostly inattentive, and that's the diagnosis that I got. So yeah, I've been put on medication. I got put on Adderall XR, which is extended release, just a small dose, 10 milligrams, and just to get me started and to, kind of feel it out, see how my body responds. And yeah, I just wanted to make this post to kind of tell you guys about what that experience has been like. This is day 3, and just on day 1, it was really eye-opening. Even with a low dose, I think I might need a little bit higher, but I don't know. I guess I'll find out. School starts next week. But so I don't think, I haven't noticed any external changes, like as far as my personality. I mean, I had one of my cousins, I told him that I got on it, and he was just like, oh, bye-bye, old Rwandi. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't have a lot of experiences with Adderall or just taking it to try it or anything like that. So this is my first time. And the first day was different. I didn't think that it was working at first. I think like my doctor said it would take 30 to 45 minutes for it to kick in, and he's like, you'll know right away if it's working or not. Anyways, about 30 to 45 minutes in, my head felt a little bit spacey, but usually when I feel spacey, like I feel like my mind's just spacey, so like I have extra trouble focusing on anything. And this time it felt spacey, but I was able to like still think straight, and that passed after a bit. I just went on with my day. I honestly didn't think that it was working at all. I got on my bike, I rode to a coffee shop. I had a meeting that morning, and then I rode to a coffee shop to do some work, some video editing work that I had to do. And I was able to sit and not really think about it, and I just started working on video editing for a couple of hours straight, and Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. I walked outside for a little bit, came back inside, checked my emails, responded to emails. I've actually been catching up on emails quite a bit lately. So normally, what's normal for me is I have to spend some time trying to motivate myself to go work on these tasks. So let's say video editing, for example. I'll spend an hour easily, at least, if not 2 or more, telling myself, and even the day before, like, hey, you need to work on this, don't forget. And it's like I'm trying to like internally motivate myself to like go and do the work, to go and sit and do the work. And this time it was different. I didn't really notice it until afterwards. So like I ended up doing the video editing, I did the emails, I did my morning meeting, phone call thing. I filled out my application for my VA health care, which I'd been sitting on for like 2 months. Like I'd been needing to do that and I just hadn't gotten around, made time to do it. Yeah, I actually got quite a bit done that day. I even, got in my bike ride. I got home. I cleaned up my car a little bit. Then I went for a walk to the mall to pick up a book that I've been waiting on that was at the library. All in all, like my day was pretty productive. And like I said, I didn't even think about it until somebody asked me how my day went and what I did. And I didn't have any hesitation, I guess, or any motivational buildup to get myself to like do the things that I needed to do to accomplish my tasks. I think I got a little bit emotional kind of in my feels about why I didn't, like why I'm only now finding this out at 46. Like it is impossible for it not to make me reflect on things that would have been different in my life if I had discovered this and like treated it sooner. I think one of the biggest things that I realized was I didn't realize how much noise, like, and by noise I mean like all these thoughts I just had floating around in my head, that I had to like try to filter through to get myself to do the things that I needed to do, just to quiet it down. That first day, the day felt really long actually, which is completely unnormal for me, because normal for me, I feel like the day goes by really fast and I don't have enough time in the day to do the things that I need to do. And I'm constantly worried and thinking about the things that I need to do the next day, 2 days from now, a week from now, 2 weeks from now. And it feels like I don't have enough time to like get all these things done. And I realized that first day that it is completely because of all the shit going on in my head. And it's crazy. It's crazy to realize how much emotional and physical energy gets consumed by me just trying to like make sense of all the fucking shit going on in my head, like all the ideas and thoughts, and it feels, I think like all that noise is what hinders my executive function. So by executive function, I mean like my ability to get myself started on a task. I'm like, okay, I need to do this. Boom, let me go sit down and fucking do it and get it done. It's like, I know the things normally without the medication, like I know the things that I need to do. I don't forget about them. It just seems like impossible to go and sit and fucking do it. Like, for anybody that hasn't heard of it, there's a thing called ADHD paralysis. And it's like there's so much stuff that you have to do. it's just overwhelming to pick one. And I know, like, for people that don't have ADHD, this probably doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it's like debilitating, like paralyzing to have to pick one and then just go start on it. And then even when I do, like, my typical time with stuff is like I'll go start on something, and then something else pops into my head like 15 minutes in, and I'm like, shit, that shouldn't take long. Let me go do this real quick. And like emails, for example, I'm like, shit, I need to reply to this person. Let me go do this real quick. It's not going to take very long. And because of my time blindness, like I don't realize, you know, sending emails as an adult for like professional reasons doesn't take 5-10 minutes. It takes I don't know, half an hour per email, I guess, is like a minimum. And so like I totally get sidetracked, and then trying to come back to what I was doing before is damn near impossible, because I have to re-motivate myself to get back to it. And, you know, overall, it's just like a very stressful and exhausting rhythm cycle. Like, it's not even a rhythm you get into. It's just like, I guess, a rhythm of chaos, and trying to get back to things and like trying to get myself to focus on things has been difficult my whole life. And yeah, I even had therapy yesterday, and I was like talking with my therapist about it, and she also has ADHD and takes meds, and we were just talking about how eye-opening it is. And you know, I'm trying to be conscious of the fact that I don't want to beat myself up too much, because it is very difficult to think about the fact that a lot of my life I've felt like, you know, wondered why things feel so difficult for me, you know, why I see people succeeding with minimal effort at things, you know, I guess by today's standards, like what we would call successful things like careers and stuff like that, or relationships. And it just seems like things come easy to them, at least like the getting stuff done part. And that's always been really difficult for me. And at my age, I feel like I should be further along and like just have more things established. And I can totally see now how all the extra noise, the ADHD, has hindered that, and like very largely negatively impacted all that. And it's a bummer for sure. This is also serving as motivation for me. I was also sharing this with my therapist yesterday. Since I'm going into being a therapist, I'm still running Warpaint. By the time I'm done with school, I'll have added an extra 4 or 5 years of nonprofit experience, fundraising, and like learning how to navigate the nonprofit world, building relationships. I really think that it's going to be difficult for me not to want to help people from marginalized communities and low-income communities to get this help, because I feel like for a lot of the people that have been in my community throughout my life, that thinking back now, I can see that very clearly had these same symptoms, ADHD symptoms. If they had just been able to like get some help, their lives would be different. And I want to help that. I want to help people. Yeah, I want to help people not have a hard time succeeding in life and like getting what they want out of it because of this thing, because of this mental health condition. And you know, I know culturally for Latinos, we don't always, you know, there's still a lot of stigma, and I want to help people with that. I feel like, you know, one of my gifts is being able to express things and like articulate things to people in a way that they can understand, that's digestible, that, you know, they can relate to. And I want to use that gift to help. I want to, yeah, you know, I mean, I have some years until I would get my master's in social work, but I want to use that time to like start planning out and like start laying the groundwork for once I get there, being able to come up with funding to go do work for the community and like help people have better lives. Not just through, you know, and it can be twofold. It can be through war paint, taking people outside into nature and like helping the BIPOC community feel comfortable and like get the mental health benefits of being in the outdoors and like doing sports, but also helping people with like with mental health issues like ADHD or PTSD, since I'm also like on that journey and learning a lot from that. So yeah, I want to take everything that I learn and apply it into giving back and like helping other people not struggle, not get to, you know, my age and just now like have this fucking veil lifted off and be like, shit, like my life could have been so much easier if I just had the ability to do this, or the access, or the understanding, awareness, and resources to go and get this done. I mean, my research paper in psychology last term was specifically on how people from low-income communities have a hard time and are negatively impacted by not being able to access things like mental health services and medication. And yeah, I don't want to make this too long, but that's definitely something that I'm thinking about now, and I'm sure I'll be reflecting on this for the next couple of weeks for sure. But yeah, just wanted to share for anybody who's on the fence about it. I hope that hearing me talk about it and describe what's happening to me is helpful. I just want to help, and I want people to not feel weird about it. You know, kind of like the PTSD thing, I've had to spend some time explaining to my parents what this all means and, you know, where it comes from. And I think on the other video I talked about how I was having them help me fill out the questionnaire for the ADHD from the doctor, and you know, they were just kind of like having some afterthought and were like, shit, you know, my dad specifically was like, I think I have ADHD then, because I have a lot of those symptoms. And he's like, I didn't know about it. You know, my parents, yeah, especially my dad, because of his upbringing, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of education, and at least, you know, scholastic academic education, and he was never exposed to things like that. And I know that, you know, even now sometimes I feel like he's in his 70s, and he's only now starting to come around to being understanding of the fact that you know, you don't have to be crazy to go get therapy. Like, he's, you know, I feel like all Latinos, they're like, oh, I don't need to go to therapy. Yo no estoy loco. You know, para qué necesito ir a ver a un doctor de la cabeza? And it's just like, dude, like, everybody needs it. It's healthy. It's to help you have a better life and help you have more emotional intelligence and make sense of the things that you're feeling, and like your relationships with other people, more empathy towards people that are going through shit. Like, so yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to share, and there will be more updates for sure. So thanks for watching, listening. If you have any questions, please put some stuff down in the comments, and I'll have more to share later on. So bye.